Okay, now let's show you, at least I will try to show you how to do some manual trace by using curves. I scan this file for the decal that I need to trace. Okay, I scan a JPG file. Um, and this is exactly the same file, exactly the same size. This is a coding map. Now, let's make it a lot bigger so I can trace it manually. Okay, you see, this is the problem that I'm having. I need to cut the circle that goes in here. Let me show you a picture of that. Okay, so this star here, this is the tail. The tail actually, the angle of the tail is like this, okay? This decal, like something like that. Okay, so this part here, this section or this star here has to go exactly, this circle exactly on the decal that I show you a minute ago. Has to go inside of this. So I'm going to paint this because I only have to paint the red. This is supposed to be white. And then, so I can place this decal that I will be using over it. The problem with that is that this decal is cut in half, and this is exactly the area where the rotor is going to go. So if I don't place it correctly anywhere, I'm going to have a lot of trouble. Okay, like this. Okay, I paint the red star, but the red, this is supposed to be the decal, and the decal has to be in exactly the same location. So this part of the decal will fall exactly where it need to fall. So you see, it's not that easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a mask with this shape, like that. This shape, so I can place it, and I will cut the circle, so I can place the mask exactly where it will go, so I can then, the other mask that makes the star, I will be placing that in the circle. So this decal will fall exactly where it needs to fall. Okay, so before I start tracing, I will cut this mask, the image, so I can work. To me, at least, I feel like what easier is better. So I select. I could have used for that coding section. I could have used this one, for example, the polygon lines and draw a line around that. But square is fine. So now that I selected the square, I select the whole area, come here in this menu option and click crop. Okay, so now I'm ready to make it bigger. Okay, so we want to make this shape. I will show you how to make this shape using manual trace or other options. And what I did to do that was zoom the piece that we cut, and then zoom so we can, have better to see the details of the shape better. So let me show you what I did. Bueno, let's use the manual trace, which I can tell you right away it's not gonna work. You have to have the precision hands of a surgeon. But so you click, click like that. That's the manual trace. It won't matter, in some shapes, it's not important, but here is extremely important. Let me finish and I'll explain you why it's important. Okay, let me move it to one side and look. It's horrible. That's not gonna work. Um, okay, so we know this is not gonna work, but it's a good opportunity to to show you how, if you're tracing other type of curves that are not, that doesn't have to be as precise, well, you double click, you see all the points that can be moved, or you can actually add them. Let's see, for example, let's say you want to do this, increase the curve like that. So you can do that all around this shape just by pulling each dot. Now, for example, let's say here for a reason you want to add a line instead of a curve. You see how it keeps straight? If I click it again, you see shape, and then you could use these levers to adjust them. I tell you, it's not easy, okay, to to um, change the shapes using this thing. You have to experiment. I basically use only the straight line, um, and this one here that says curves. I haven't used this one here that says convert the selected nodes to corners. Let's see what happens if I click here. I don't know. You see, I haven't used that, so I have no idea what that is. Straight lines, corners. You have to experiment, Google it, because I have no idea how that thing works. But that gives you an idea of how to change the shape of that. For trace, you can use the straight lines. Problem with using the straight lines with trace is that it's just one line. Once you click it, it's gone. So you have to, instead of you want to use lines, you need to use the polygon option, like I've shown you before, like that, and you trace over the image. Or this one that I use is called, what is that called? Draw a curve shape. That's the one I use, and we'll be using draw an arc. Let me show you how I did the other thing. Okay, what I will use to trace this shape is select this draw an arc. Then I'll try to find the center of this circle, which I believe should be around here, between these four Thunderbirds. I left click the mouse, draw. It's in black. I don't know why it's in black, but uh, here, click again, and then turn around. Look, it's not like a perfect shape, but for me, it's good enough for what I need. Uh, thing here is fine. Right, left click again. Just select the arrow so I can move it. There. Let me just make sure. Yeah, see, they are perfectly aligned. So I think that one is just fine. Uh-huh. Okay, now, okay, one problem with this is I cannot see the line. So let's click here and make the line thicker. Just number 2. There. Now you can see it better. Uh, I don't think that makes any difference on the cut. I hope not. But it's just for the trace. I will return back to the original size. So that looks just fine. Now, for the other part, I will do the same thing. Try to find the circle, center, right here, and then, okay, right there, looks like there, click. I think that there, let's see. Okay, looks like the line. Okay, sure, it's only that one. Okay, let's make it again 2. Okay, so now what? I need to draw these lines, but I need the lines to actually connect, really connect. Okay, not just approximate to each other, but to make it like one single continuous cut. How do I do that? Now we'll be using the line. Okay, let me show you something. Every time you click on an image, any or whatever a line, you double click and you see a red dot. That means, let's click here. That means that dot or that there is a cut, there is a break in the path. And of course, here is obvious, but in some cuts, you double click and then you see a red dot and you know it's not a continuous, even though just by looking at it, you can tell, well, it is, but it isn't. For the cutter, it's going to be a problem. And when it cuts the aura mask and you try to lift it or with or peel or whatever you call it, it will be a problem. So now, knowing this, let's draw this line. I'm not gonna, on purpose, not gonna do it as close as I would have done before. Click and click here. There. Okay. Now, look at this. I need to connect these dots to these dots. Even if I move it like that closer, it's not. You could say, okay, it's there, but it's not. So how do I connect the dots? First, I select the area that like that. Remember that I show you the make and release option. The release is when you make all the parts that you can separate, and make is when you make the whole image as one and you can move it around. So I'll click make. Now it's one single image. If I click release, everything will, you can move it separate. What happened now if I do double click? You see these two dots, they want to connect. Okay, now I just need to, like, it was faster than I thought. They just connected. Here, try to move it again. There. Now it's one single line. Okay, you see the black dots, they are connected. Before they weren't connected. So I will do the same with this one here, and I'll be back. Okay, now I have done this other section. I think I should take this opportunity to show you how to break this, because when doing the Thunderbird, I did this a lot to break a line, because how the hell do you separate this now? Well, there is one option. You just you double click the image like that. Sometimes I don't know if it's really necessary, but I will do here make, oops, I don't know what the hell I did there. Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, just double click and you see all the dots. Sometimes here is, of course, it's easy, but in the sometimes you will see lots of them. Then I'll find this one here, double click, and come back here and click break path. Now you see it changed to red. Come here, it's already separated, kind of. Come here and click again, break path. They are both now separated. So if you pull here, look what happened, nothing. You need to select the image and then again come back here to modify, and this is an option you will be using a lot, and click release. Look what happened. You actually see a square there. Why? Because now you can separate the image. That's something you will be using quite often. Okay, now I need to, this is fine if I was going to, I need to cut this, especially this, because this is one of the most important parts here, because will be a guide. I will be using this code here as a guide to know where I will center. I will put this circle. Let me see how I do this here. Okay, I know here I have to click. I have to add a point. Let me see there. I added one. It's already there, and here I will add the other one. Let me see. Hopefully, they are there. Yeah, one here and one here. Okay, those are going to be the sections that I will be cutting. Remember, or detaching. Remember what I just taught you? Okay, so I double click here, click break path, it's already red. Click here, break path is red, then select the whole area. Uh, Here, click release, and boom, there, it's done. Let's see how, okay, yeah, good, perfect. Oh, a little bit there, yeah, it's fine. Um, Something that I'm having problems, I haven't figured this out. You see the image there, but look, now I click it in the center. Now I try to click the image and it doesn't work. I mean, I cannot grab it, nothing. I just can add points. That's not what I want. So every time that happens, I have to come back here, move the image so I can click back here and grab it again. I have no idea how to fix that. I know there is an option where you can send this to the back, send to back. I don't know if that's, I don't know. Maybe if you guys know how to fix that, let me know. Finally, I only have to add a line and connect the dots as I showed you before. Click here, click there. Um, Select, make, oops, move this around because I'm actually thinking that I'm doing a crop. Okay, try it again. Make, yes. Now double click. It see the two dots there and the other one here and the oops, what the hell is that? Okay, yeah. Let me go back. Control C. There. So that's oops, no, it's not. Okay, there. Okay, there. Okay, that's it. Let me see what else I can tell you about this, and so we can finish this video. Okay, so finally, this star right here, I'm not okay. I will paint that separate. It's not no longer going to be painted as part of the tail. It's here separate, so I just need to, okay, this decal, the blue eagle, will be will fall right over the star, and the F16 have to be in the middle of that. So that's what exactly what I need. Exactly. Now there you go. That's it. I now must let me only select here. Make, it's only one. It's now one piece. Lit, and I can place it anywhere. Well, not actually anywhere. I can place it in my kit at the end. This is the final result. This edge here is the most important section. Now I can paint the white uncovered area red. The cover area will stay white. And then over that white area, I will place these decals. And the decal, this edge here, has to match, and that was the part that worried me the most, have to match this. Now with this template that I made, I can, I think, kind of be certain that it will be at least close. And hopefully, with this, I have teach you or show you some tools that you will be needing if you are doing mask. Everything I teach you here over the last 9 videos I use every single tool that I show you to build this. The detach, attach, lines, cuts, and all that. And you know, I'm not an expert, but with all those basic tools, you can manage to do the same thing here. Saludos.